Hey everybody, and welcome back to CJ Farm Grit. Today we start week 5 of harvesting our grapes, but before the video starts we need to clean the windows. You can't even tell there's a window there. Is our last week for conventional Concords. We got about 3 days left of picking our conventionals, and then we move to organic Concords, and we pick those for about a week, and then after that, harvest is done. Oh, I love super steers. Okay, so they're gonna start picking while I take off sprinklers. There's like, I don't know, maybe 10 rows that need to come off. And so I'm just zip tying this asparagus bench cycle so that I can take off sprinklers. haven't been picked yet, so I gotta take out the sprinklers. And there they are, picking. This is an extension because the sprinkler is kind of short, so we have extensions that we put on to make the sprinkler taller, so this whole thing screws off.
Today we're picking out a farm where it's really hilly and sidling. So it's really hilly, at least its top field is. Super hilly, and it's a challenge in the picker because I've done it. And actually I did the Niagara's picking these because I always watch the arm. Because when the whole picker's sitting like this, the arm will tip to sidling down toward the gondola if you're, in that direction, and it'll whack the gondola, and it's not good. So there's on the picker there's this it's hydraulic. You can level it out. There's a cylinder in the front and two behind the wheels, inside the wheels, behind the tires, so you can sit level and you can be picking level. I always use that when it's sidling.
Okay, so I'm gonna go show you the rows that my brother was telling you about, of how they're sidling. So here these grapes are on a hill. The hill goes up, swoops down into a draw, and then goes back up on the other side. So with that, these grape rows are leaning, which we call sidling. And so with sidling rows, it can be difficult to harvest because the gondola driver has to stay closest to the row that is leaning towards him, because if he wasn't, then his gondola trailer would be running over the vines on the road that is leaning away from him. It is also difficult for the picker driver because depending on which way he is leaning, his arm is either higher or lower than it would be. So thankfully there is a leveling out feature on the grape harvester that my brother especially loves to use. So that brings the picker back to a stabilized level and it's not leaning anymore. So none of us used to ever like picking these rows, but thankfully they're just as easy to pick as any other parcel.
We have new tractors, two of them actually, and that's what we're using for harvest this year. And they're nice. We got one brand new for a pretty good price. It's Super Steer, New Holland T4 100F, and they're nice. So this one, I drive this one around because this, first off, we got this one at an auction, and it's nice, it's fancier, so it has like an E-clutch, so it has an E-clutch right here. This is a clutch right here, so I can just shift without using the clutch, just like that. It has blue cab 4, so it'll pressurize the cab, and it'll pressurize the cab and keep out all kinds of like particulate, like if you're spraying. It also has all these, so like this is the rated drop, it's behind the, and your little typical handle that's down here for your 3-point, this is a knob right here, like it's cool. And it has big tires on it. And the big tires make a big difference. And they have wheel weights on it and calcium in the tires. So but this tractor is anchored to the ground. So last night, Dad was bringing the truck home, the last load, and this metal tank cable, there's two cables on a spool with a handle, and this cable, the eye hook up there broke. See, right here, see the difference here? The spool right here, this is a lot smaller, and this is a lot bigger. So this one, these are nice, these big spools, because it goes a lot faster. It's a little bit harder to crank, but it's easier because you don't have to crank it. So watch how fast this one will go up and down. Well, it counts, actually. One. About 15 and a half cranks to bring it all the way down.
Okay, so we finished picking for the night, and I was washing the gondolas. That's why I'm in my spray suit. I was waiting for my brother to bring the picker over so we can start washing that. And he called and said that there's a flat tire on the front of the picker, because there's those two little ones and then those two big massive tires. There's a flat on the front. But at least we finished picking for the night, so that's good. Hopefully he's recording right now.
Well, again, I was taking the picker to the other farm because we were wrapping up for the night to wash it, and flat. Oh, great. Jesus, dripping on me. Orange. Flat tire on the front. These are brand new tires last year.
He's planning on blowing up the tire with air and then seeing if he can make it over here so we can wash it.
Now I'm waiting for my sister to bring the air compressor. Hopefully blow it back up a little bit, get enough air in there, and hopefully drive it to the other farm to wash until the morning where we can get it fixed. So we wait for about 20 minutes.
So we brought the air compressor over so we can fill up the tire with air, but the hose is leaking, and so Dad got a new one the other day. He just hasn't replaced it yet, so that's what he's doing.
I'm just changing the ends on the compressor so the tire fitting can fit onto this hose. It's male thread, so this is female to female, and changing the fittings now.
We've got northern lights. They were there, we had them the other night too, but they weren't this big. Okay, so the tire, my brother said, is off the rim, and so the air compressor wasn't working. Now the tire guy is gonna come in like a half hour. now we are in the harvester with Dad, and we are almost done harvesting this parcel. Harvesting our juice grapes concluded near the end of October, and this video was around mid to late October. And so because we've had so much footage, we decided to put the videos together as time allowed throughout harvest, but now that has taken us through November. So we have about 2 more videos, and that should conclude the 2024 harvest season. Thanks for watching.
Well, you got vinegar in my eye.
Look at the Niagaras. The Niagaras.
Oh, look at the dead cat. He's gone. Maybe he wasn't dead.
He must have not been dead. He looked dead. Maybe somebody came and took the cat.
You have a Prius in your stomach. You have a Prius in your stomach. Squidgy.
Moon right there. Moon over there.
Verse 38 he says,